morning, my knitters. How are you this morning? My name is Karen. This is Recreational Knitting. Welcome to those of you that have been here a while, you OGs. Thank you from the bottom of my hearts. Thank you to the new guys that are here that have just recently found me. I really appreciate you being here. If I can ask a favor, just like, subscribe, all the things that YouTube does to make the algorithms roll. It helps others find content that they'd like to see. I'm hoping that you find something here that you enjoy. Today is Wednesday, June something or other. I don't know. I'm retired, you know. Dates, whatever. I think it's the 11th, but yeah. It's just quickly going into the mid-June. It's crazy. My grandmother always warned me, the older you get, the quicker it goes. So, a couple of announcements. One, we will be doing in September, this is planning ahead. September, we're going to do a one skein September. It can be anything that you want. A few years back, we did one skein September, and most of us did shawls. I know I did Locatelli's, I don't know what it was called. One skeins shawl. I'm not sure what it was. But anyway, it was beautiful. We've all got those one skeins that we've bought at a show, traveling, that they're really beautiful. We just don't know what to do with them. And so this is a good time to, you know, try and find something that you'd like for yourself, maybe, to knit or crochet. It doesn't matter. So plan ahead, start be looking for, you know, your yarn in your stash that you'd like to use for that. I think I have a couple things there I've kind of pulled that, you know, I would like to use. And I probably will be doing another Locatelli. Why can't I say that today? Shawl that she just came out with. And I can't remember the name of it, but it's been a recent release of hers. So that's what I'll be trying to do in September. So welcome to join along. There may be prizes. We'll see. Yeah. The whole postage thing is crazy right now, so not sure how that'll look. Rules are still up here. The rules are you need to do a one skein project and you need to have fun. That's the rules. I'm pretty loosey-goosey, those of you that have been here. All right, the second announcement that I have is we are going to do a Christmas in July cast on. Now, this is kind of designed loosely on Angela of Yarn and Yarns podcast that she does in between Christmas and the end of January, where she casts on 12 things that she wants to work on in the coming months, or I think she even says years. So she's realistic. Yeah, it's loosely based on that. What I'm adding to it is we all have Christmas things that we'd like to cast on and knit for family members and friends and, you know, postmen and all the other things. This is an opportunity to start thinking about that, start to pair your patterns with your yarns. These do not need to be anything big. They don't need to be anything, you know, specific, you know, one skein. You know, they can be scrappy, they can be whatever you want them to be. It's just a gift that to someone in your family, friends, that you're probably going to gift within now and the end of the year, whether it's for Christmas, Hanukkah, birthdays, Labor Day, you know, you name it. It's your knitting, not mine. And we're going to cast them on in July. So, you know, in between, you're going to cast on those things you choose. It can be 1, it can be 21. I don't care. It's your knitting. And so the whole point of this is to plan ahead and not leave it till October like we usually do. So if you've got 12 grandchildren and you need to make 12 pairs of socks, now's your time to cast a lot of those on, get things ready. So grab a bag when you go off to knit in the coffee shop or wherever you're knitting. So that's the premise of that. So join us. It'll be fun. We'll be leaving comments below and tell me what you've cast on this week and all of the things. And July is coming up, isn't it? 2 weeks. So that's the important one. Get those yarns together, get the needles together, get your patterns together so we can start to cast on in the first of the month of June. Yeah, right. No, July. Woo. All right. I think that's it. Yes. Guess what? Signaling a finished object. I finished my pink ranunculus. I should have finished it 2 weeks ago if I liked sleeves. But yes, it's finished. It has been steam blocked. Since it has cashmere in it, I'm going to see if that steam blocking is going to be enough. But yeah, it's all finished. I really like the way it turned out. I used half twist ribbing. I never do the full twist for everything, including the neckline. Modifications. This is Ranunculus. Let me tell you about the modifications for this. First of all, this was made in Smoochy, Merino, and Cashmere. I had 2 skeins of it, and I believe the colorway was powder. Please don't hold me to that. That's likely a lie. But modifications. I didn't do her crazy cast-ons. I did a long tail cast-on at the end of her cast-on section. She gives you a number of stitches to have on. That's what I cast on with, and did my ribbing, and then immediately went into short rows on the back. She calls for short rows on the front. I did that with my first one, and I didn't see the point. Please comment below if you see a point in that. Not sure. Because short rows are meant to make it fit better, bring it up in the back, like our t-shirts. You know, when you put your t-shirt on backwards, the back is up a little bit. So if you put it on backwards, your back of your t-shirt is up here on your neck. So that's what short rows do. They help to fit. So I really don't see the point of putting those in the front, because all you're going to do is bring it up. If you're going to do short rows, I think you need to do them in the back, and you need to realize your body shape. Okay, you can see from mine, I have slopey, no shoulders. Okay, so I really need the short rows in the back, and it fits better. So let's see if we can get a mug shot here. Isn't that pretty? I really love the yarn. It's so soft and squishy. It really is lovely. What are the other modifications that I did with this? Okay, I came down to what I call the little flowers, these little 4 holes. And then I did not put any of the additional lace pattern beyond that. It should be about 10 rows. I just made sure that my stitch count was right. Yeah, I didn't want to do more lace work. I think that this is quite enough. And when it comes down a little bit too low, then it starts to show bra and all the other things. And I don't want to have to wear a cami underneath this. I live in Florida. So, yeah. What else did I do? I never follow the rule for the sleeves as she writes it. you know, she writes for long sleeve and short sleeve. I just put my stitches on, you know, like a barber cord or, you know, yarn or whatever, and then pick them up and knit a sleeve. I don't know. I haven't really looked at the long sleeve, although we'll talk about that in a bit. But yeah, that's what I did. I went probably a little shorter than I would have liked, but I was afraid of running out of yarn. Usually what I do when I want to make sure my sleeves are right is when I run out of yarn here in the body, I go to the sleeves and at least do one to kind of estimate and see what I've got as far as yarn usage. I didn't do that with this one because it came pretty quick and I wanted to get the body as long as I could because I only had 800 yards of yarn. Yes, you heard that, 800 yards for yarn. I am a size 14, 16, depending, and, you know, endowed, and that's not a lot of yarn when you think of making a sweater, right? We're used to thinking a sweater is going to take, you know, 1,000 yards if you're a woman of a certain age that has put on a few pounds here and there. So, the beauty of the Ranunculus. But yeah, it really looks great on. It's really kind of too hot to wear it this morning, so maybe next time I'll be wearing it. We'll see. We're going into July, and that's never known for cool weather. So yes, I have a finished object. Yes, and speaking of ranunculi, you know, the last time I showed you that I had started yet another one, okay? This is now my 1, 2, 3. This is now my 4th one. Again, I had stash yarn, and this is sheepjes. It's a Danish yarn, and this is the stone washed. It's a sport weight yarn, and I had 6 skeins of it, and I can only find I can only account for 5 of them right now. It's probably in that mess over there, just saying. So I'm currently on my 4th. No, I'm on my 3rd. These are 50 gram on my 3rd. And look how far I've gotten. Where this blue marker is, wait a minute. Yes, where this blue marker is where I was the last time. So yeah, this flies off your needles once you get to sleeve separation. It just goes like crazy. It's just stockinette, lots of TV knitting. It's great. So yeah, this should be, if I really stick to it, this should be finished next week. Trying to get my wardrobe settled. We've got a couple things coming up this summer and fall that I'll be needing. We have a family reunion in Connecticut, my husband's family. It's quite large, and they're coming from all over, LA and Massachusetts, Connecticut, so we'll be there. So I thought it'd be nice to have a couple new tops to wear during that time. And then we'll be heading out to Cape Cod. Why did I say Martha's Vineyard? Anyway, Cape Cod for a couple days while we're up there, you know, since we're already there. So yeah, so I should have another sweater. Modifications, no short rows in the front. Again, same kind of neckline. This one, I kept going after the 4 little flowers. You can see the lace work underneath it. And of course I haven't done sleeves. I've got a needle ready to go when this skein gets used up in the body. So yeah, this is the Boulder Opal colorway. I had gotten this on some kind of a special. I'm a bargain hunter. Some kind of a special, and I didn't know what I was going to do with it. It was 6 skeins, and they're 50 grams, so that's going to be less than 300 grams or 300 grams sweater. So I'll make it work. But I'm close to a length that I kind of like. So yeah, it'll be good. I've lost my mind. Yeah. Way too many things on the needles and ignoring all the things that I should be knitting on. I guess none of us have had that issue, right? Right. All right. Ranunculus number 2 or 4. Yeah, it's a quick knit. And by the way, that means I have one of my Make 9 finally finished. So I am going to put a big check mark on that. Finally. Yeah. I don't know why I do that every year. It's kind of like this thing that tries to guilt me into knitting something that is not new and shiny. Whatever. Yeah. I'm continuing to work on my knit every day in 2025. I've knit this morning just for about 10 minutes while I had a cup of coffee, and I'll continue to do that. So pretty cool. All right, let me move this over here. Okay, I signed up to do the Barocco Tea Party, which is Barocco Yarns, has a Facebook group. They do this, I guess, every year. This first year I've ever heard of it. And it started May 14th. You could cast on with a Barocco yarn, and I'm using some stash. All of this is stash wool, by the way. Yeah, it's been great. Yeah, it doesn't look like it, but I have used stash yarn. This is Remix Light, one of my favorites. I don't know what color this is. I would say it was dark gray or charcoal, but it's nubby and it's all recycled wool. And let's tell you what the particulars are. 30% nylon, 27% cotton, 4%, or did I cut that off? 24% acrylic, 10% silk, and 9% linen. So it's not terribly natural fibery, but it's really, it's a fingering weight yarn, maybe sport weight, but it's 400 and some yards on the skein, so it really is fingering weight. And I have made this pattern, I think this is the 6th one. Yeah, when I find a pattern that fits me, I like it and I'll continue to use it. And this is another one. This is the Anker Summer Shirt by Petite Knits. And you really can't tell how far I've come, but I did put my little swimmer here. So that's what I've done in a week and a couple days. So I probably I'm into my 2nd skein. This takes about 2.5 skeins for my size, which is again about 900 to 1,000 yards. And you probably can't see this too well, but it's ribbing. And some of you commented that this looks so neat and you can't see the holes in mine. Yeah, you can, and don't worry about yours, but it will be fine. It will be fine. In fact, this one, I did not, you're supposed to, when you increase, you get little holes. And you're supposed to knit through the back loop in the next one to eliminate those holes. And it doesn't always happen, as we know that. And so this time I thought, I'm not even going to do that. I'm just, going to leave it as part of the pattern and see what happens. And that's what I did. So I didn't even go knit through the back loop. And I still don't see a whole lot of difference between that and the other ones that I've knit. So I'm hoping that I will have enough progress, or I will be able to finish this by the end of June. So wish me luck. Yep, wish me luck. I think I might need it. All right. What have I done besides that? Speaking of losing your mind, I found some 100% silk. Oh goodness, I have to find the tag because it fell off this last one. Hold on while I find the tag. I'm back. This is, I'll massacre this name. Jadifra. Don't hold me responsible for that. My lack of language education is vast. This is proudly designed in Tuscany. This is Fior di Sieta, and it is 100% recycled silk. I like the recycled yarns. I have to be honest. I don't care if they're swept off the floor. I like the yarns. It's a good use of waste textiles. So yeah, these are 50-gram balls, and I'm sure this is discontinued because I believe this has been in my stash for a while. And it's 165 meters. They don't even tell us how many yards. Not a problem. I don't know whether you can see that, but it's, not, it's a tonal kind of purple blue, lilac-y kind of, periwinkle. Those all come to mind. But wait till you see what I've done with this, because I've lost my mind. Look, another ranunculus. Karen has lost her mind. These are really, really lovely. This is a lovely pattern. Can you tell I like it? This is going to be going on vacation with me as well. Once I found the yarn, I go, okay, this I can take on vacation, wear to the family reunion or dinner, one of those times that we go out. So I'm almost to sleeve separation. This has kind of flown off the needles as well. Maybe you can see it better on but this is going to be a 3/4, if I think I have enough yarn. I think this is going to be a 3/4 length, and I'll need to wear a cami underneath this one, likely. This is light fingering weight, I think. Even though the weight, it says 165 meters, which is, 175, so it comes out for 100 grams being sport weight. It's more of a light fingering, in my estimation. Nobody asked me, but I'm volunteering that information. So, yeah. And of course you can see through it, so the cami will come out. But yeah, and this one I used the lace all the way to the bottom. I'm in the middle. I think I have one more raglan increase, and then I'll be sleeve separating. So I have lost my freaking mind. You can say that. At least I finished one this week. Yeah, too many things going, not enough finishes. But that will, those 2 ranunculi, is that how you say it? Those are going to be finished fairly quickly. And then, speaking of make nines, this is the Jarrell Shawl by Martha Wissing, done in Beach Bunny yarns. And let's see where I was last time. Rows are getting longer and longer and longer. So I didn't do a lot because I'm too busy working on Ranunculus. Yeah, that's where I was the last time I showed you. And so there's probably 200 stitches on here now. And so I'd like to get this done soon so that I can actually say now I have 2 make nines off the needles. That would be wonderful. Yeah, halfway to my make 4. Because that seems to be what I end up with. Yeah, this year I'm going to do better than make 4. My goal is really to finish make 9. If I don't get off this ranunculus kick, that's not going to happen, is it? There's only so many hours in the day. So this is made in the Beach Bunny yarns. I think I said that, in the Cayenne colorway. This is a sport weight, and this is how much yarn I have to go for the second. And I think I'm just going to keep at it until I feel like it's big enough or I run out of yarn. One of the two. So, yeah, pleased with that little bit of progress because I'm really kind of over it. Kind of in that ranunculus stage of my life, not the shawl stage of my life. Acquisitions, I have none. Shocking. It's okay. You see all that? I don't need acquisitions. So, how are you guys doing? I guess kids are mostly out of school by now, mid-June-ish. Maybe not in New York State and some of the other states, but I know that here in Florida, I think last Friday was their last day. Or maybe the week before. I've lost track. It's Pride Month. I've made my little rainbow thing. What do you call that? Bunting. And I've just thrown it up there. As I can't really place things well with the knee. And yeah, in fact, this is the bunting injury that I had. Yeah, it caught on the shelf, and yeah, it is what it is. So don't forget to get all your stuff ready for Christmas in July cast-ons, and don't forget to start looking for One Skein September. Those are 2 things coming up. And this Saturday, June the 14th, is Knit in Public Day. I plan to go somewhere locally. I won't be saying where because I'll be wearing a Resistance t-shirt and it has a lot to do with knitting. So hopefully I can sit and knit while holding a sign and doing all the things. I have to say that I'm missing being in the DC Baltimore area because this is not normal. We don't do tanks in America. Just saying. So that's what my plans are. Knit in Public in July, I will be going to Summer Stitch Along Together, SSK, in Nashville. If any of you are there, make sure you stop me and say hi. I'm pretty much an introvert. I'll probably stick to myself unless I know somebody there, which I don't. And tell me to stop casting on Ranunculus while you're there, okay? Yeah, so that's the other reason why I wanted to have some of this. Yeah, I wanted to be ready for SSK and looking like I'm a knitter. So yeah, I'll be flying in to Nashville. I don't know how I'm getting to the venue at this point. I guess I don't know. Yeah, I guess I'll just hire a taxi like normal people do, or an Uber. I had planned to drive, but after putting the financials all together, it was much easier to fly, as much as flying is not fun these days. So, is there anything else knitting-wise? There is not. So if you need to leave, I get it. Thank you for spending some time with me. I'm trying to keep these a little bit shorter. I'm not going to talk about things I'm watching and things I'm reading at this point, because it's summer and we all have yard responsibilities and weeding and other things that are going on. So I won't keep you very long this week. Sorry for being late to the game this week. Bonnie, our little new dog, has been fixed. We had that on our agenda. And just some other things that, my husband had a procedure. I had to drive him. And that's where some of this knitting got accomplished. The Anker, was waiting room knitting this week. So we've just had some odd kinds of things going on. So yeah, I hope that this is finding you with joy in your heart about your knitting, and that you're safe, and that your loved ones are safe, and your neighbors are safe. And those of you that live outside of the United States, please keep us in your hearts. We've never experienced this before, and it's a scary time for all of us. Yeah. Anyway, I will leave you with, may all your yarn be unknotted and every project complete. But most importantly, knit in peace. Be well.